Guy, Hugh Freeze. Interesting tale, doesn't he?
He is, Chris. One of his coaching heroes is none other than Steve Spurrier, which explains why he wears a visor just like Spurrier, runs that up-tempo offense just like Spurrier. But even the head ball coach might have had trouble duplicating the success that Freeze has had there in less than 2 years. He has made Ole Miss football relevant again. Nobody saw this turnaround happening this fast. Nobody except Hugh Freeze.
Fly around, get great work in with great attitude and great effort. Okay, Rebels on 3. 1, 2, 3. Rebels. Let's go. Get your butt going. Go, Bo. Get them set, Bo. Tempo, tempo.
This is the real Hugh Freeze. And this is the Hollywood version of Hugh Freeze from the 2009 movie, The Blind Side.
Okay. What did you say to him?
You should get to know your players, Bert. He tested 98% in protective instincts.
Nothing like my husband.
Zero.
Zero. Zero.
I always get that everywhere I go. Well, you're not as goofy as the guy in the movie. I said, well, thank you.
Freeze was a central figure in the football success story that was Michael Orr at Memphis's Briarcrest Christian High School. Orr went from abject poverty to the NFL and did so with the help of Freeze, who fought for his admission to the private school.
I played a small role in it, and I'm honored to have played that role because at the end of the day, a young man received a chance, made the most of it, and it's changed his life.
Is there any truth that you actually auditioned to play you in the movie?
I tried. I wanted to compete. I had one line in the movie, and it took me 15 takes to get that right. I kind of said, okay, I'm not your guy, and that one line was wow.
The line was wow.
Wow.
As it turns out, Freeze's life would have made a good movie too. In just 7 years' time, he went from a high school football and girls basketball coach to coach of the Ole Miss Rebels. The kid who grew up on a Mississippi dairy farm now faces #1 ranked Alabama.
To think about those days that I used to milk those cows with my cousin and to sit in this chair at this university in this state, 45 minutes from that farm is quite humbling.
22 years ago, he took his bride to Tennessee's Neyland Stadium on their honeymoon and made a promise.
We found a gate that was cracked, and we slid in an SEC stadium.
He stood there and said that one day I will be the head coach of an SEC football team. And I believed him.
When Freeze was hired by Ole Miss in December of 2011, some of his new players had one question.
Who is this guy? I personally never really heard of his name.
They know him now. The rest of America? Well, the Freeze family is here to help.
He's a really good coach. I think it's really hard for an SEC football coach to be able to spend time with their family, and he makes that his priority. I love how he preaches to them.
Here's why we will win the game tonight, because you're going to play for love for one another. Right here at the University of Mississippi.
You don't cuss. You don't drink. So what are your vices?
I have been known to chew a bit of tobacco when I get a little tired or watching film.
And the bazooka gum.
Yeah.
What's the story behind that?
Well, it's Big Red to start the game, but at halftime, if things aren't going so well, we're going to go to bazooka. And I make my O-line coach change every stitch of clothes he has on. If we're not doing well offensively, he's going to have to change some things.
Freeze has changed the perception of Ole Miss football. He's already led the Rebels to a bowl win, top 5 recruiting class, and ticket sales are at an all-time high. His honeymoon vow has come true. So when he got this job, did you think back to that day?
Oh, yeah. First time he ran on that field. I'm tears now. Same thing then. Here we are.
You saw Freeze's 3 daughters in the piece. This is a true story. When Freeze was a coach at Little Lambeth University in Jackson, Tennessee, he was on the sideline, and then came his 10-year-old daughter, Reagan, tugging at his pants, saying, "Daddy, I think you're starting the wrong quarterback." Freeze thought about it, switched quarterbacks. Lambeth won the game. That, Chris, is a football family.
He's an interesting guy, Woj. Very easy to root for.